Hello everyone, this is Mr. Po, a quick impromptu vlog. I guess it is impromptu because of certain circumstances. If you saw my Instagram story, you probably know already that I had to basically escape this aquarium once again, and I will tell you the reason why right now. Before talking about the reason, let's take a look at the aquarium itself. I guess that mostly the theme of the aquarium is the same. The scape is basically the same. If you kept watching my previous vlogs or so previous Instagram posts, you probably noticed that the wood, this bigger wood, is flipped. It's the opposite side right now, so you know it looks at the opposite side, and it has more triangular nature right now because of this shape of the hardscape, and also because of the plants. They are smaller because I had to cut the stems that had no leaves, and I had to replant all that stuff, and I also added some new stuff. So we have here something new. I added some hornwort again here. I added some new stems of Hygrophila siamensis, and there are some other stems that were saved. Also some Mincranthemum monticola, which grows like a stem plant in this aquarium. We also have some Echinodorus here and there. We have Myriophyllum. There are actually like 5 stems of it that will grow out eventually, and also some Hygrophila polysmermans. This small plant, it got a little bit damaged during the process of rescaping. And we have all these Anubiases, which are basically all those smaller babies come from 1 or 2 adult plants. So that's what it is. I'm not very happy with the overall look right now because it is a little bit lower than it was before. Plants usually hit the surface here and they create more like bushier impact than right now, but I'm just hoping that they will eventually grow out. You just need to take some time, maybe 1 week or 2. And also I'm not very happy with how the wood stands. I think that this position deprives it of its impact. So when it was the opposite, I think it was better and it created more impression. So I will eventually flip it again to the initial position. So but overall I think that the theme is basically the same. So most of the plants, I think around 80% are saved. Some of those were damaged in the process of moving, escaping or whatever. Anyway, now let's talk about the reason. Well, the reason why I had to escape this aquarium is I decided to install an air curtain in this aquarium. So you have this long line of air stone. You connect an air pump to it using the pipe, right? And it creates this background effect, all the bubbles, coming out and having this curtain in the background. So I installed it, and I also installed the check valve in the pipe. And then you connect this pipe, with the check valve to the air pump. So the air pump sends the air into the aquarium and you have this wonderful effect. But, something happened. Check valve is supposed to hold the water. Because, when you have an air stone, the water from your aquarium may eventually leak out from the pipe and you will have flood everywhere. So check valve is supposed to stop this. But it was faulty and all the water came out. Not all the water, but I think around 5-6 liters leaked out, and it happened at night. And when I came there, into this room, it was all awful. The water was everywhere, in the wood itself, in this, thin layer, below the aquarium, and at the back. At the back you have this, kind of like thin, piece of wood. And all this piece of wood, almost everything was soaked in water. It was terrible. I was afraid that some of this water leaked, through the floor. What I had to do after that, I had to replace the cabinet itself, because this cabinet, it was already not suitable for the aquarium because, the water affected it. So I moved it to another room and I dried it out. I moved another cabinet, this one, to this room. I put the aquarium back and rescaped it because I couldn't move it with everything, so I had to remove everything, remove all the water and then put it all back. And it was so awful because it happened in the morning. I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, I come here and I see all that, and then I start panicking. Okay, so and since 9 o'clock till I think 3 o'clock I was doing all that stuff. it was enjoyable, don't get me wrong, to rescape it, because I wanted to rescape it. I mean, I wanted to scape it once again, let's say. But other things like moving cabinets, you know, and moving all the stuff in it, it was a little bit exhausting, okay, let's be honest. I'm very happy that everyone feels good. I mean, I was afraid for the fish because when I was moving this aquarium temporarily to another place, I left only just this amount of water and they were struggling. So I had to be very quick to, you know, put everything back. So, you know, I was actually in a hurry. But everybody seemed to be really okay. Maybe the black skirt tetras are a little bit under stress, and also dwarf gourami as well. But other, you know, guys are okay. For example, corridor catfish, during the process of escaping again, they were just scavenging for food or whatever, not even bothered by my presence. So, well, that's what it is, and I'm just waiting for this aquarium to bounce back a little bit. I mean, like, it still looks nice, but it looked quite better. But in the process, I also removed almost all the ductwork, for which I'm very happy because it was blocking all the light. Well, that's what it is. Also installed an electronic thermometer and it works really good. Right now the temperature is already like around 27 degrees. Today is a little bit less, you know, so it's getting hotter and hotter as always in the summertime in our region. So, and it's a little bit of a struggle because fish do not feel that good when it's above 26 degrees. But you know, there are some remedies to fight this. So, you know, I always keep an eye on that in the, you know, in the summertime. That was quite an adventure, I would say. And that's why you need always to check your equipment, especially the equipment that, you know, works internally and externally at the same time. So this will be the lesson, you know. And you know what? The most disappointing thing was I was kind of suspecting that the check valve was actually faulty. And I was just so tired that day that I was like, whatever, you know, if I removed it earlier, this thing wouldn't probably happen. Of course, right? So, well, anyway, thank you guys for watching this video and, you know, tuning in. And see you next time then in a new video. Hopefully. Take care.